Hey everybody, today is Saturday, so I'm definitely planning on doing some writing, mostly brainstorming and possibly starting something. We'll see how the day goes because I love not doing anything on Saturdays. My March vlog is already up, and again, I wanted to thank you guys for all the supportive comments and the encouragement. You guys are literally 80% of the reason why I've been so motivated this entire year. Your comments do more to me than you could possibly know. As I said in my last update, an agent did request a full. While I'm not getting my hopes up in any regards, it still gave me a boost of confidence, at least in my own writing, if anything else. I haven't heard back from any of the other agents yet. Of course, I'm going to keep you updated when I do. But Camp NaNoWriMo did start yesterday, and I didn't have plans of participating, I guess, even though I still have been writing every day. I didn't consider myself participating in Camp NaNoWriMo, but then I saw all the tweets yesterday of people participating in it, and now I do want to participate in it. So I guess I am participating. I have an account. I haven't been on the account. I don't think I will be the entire month. Goals-wise for Camp NaNoWriMo, I want to completely outline book 2 in my Red Riding Hood story. But that's secondary. What I really want to work on is outlining the idea I have for another story. Now that I've started currying, I don't really want to work on the second book. The reason behind this is if this book doesn't stick, I don't want to have another book for that series already started, because then I'd feel like it's a waste. While I really like the idea of the second book, I just want to cool off on it. However, outlining it isn't a bad idea because then I could jump into it at any time. But right now I want to completely outline my new idea that I have, which is a science fiction book, I guess I'll say, just for right now. I started brainstorming yesterday, putting it in my notebook, but I haven't crafted the characters yet. This one kind of stemmed from my idea, which is different than the Red Riding Hood story. Obviously, that one stemmed from Red Riding Hood. That's my goal for Camp NaNoWriMo, is to outline, but I want to start writing the new idea. So at least I'm working on something new. You know, I haven't started anything new in a really long time, and I'm excited to do that because all my focus has been on the Red Riding Hood project for so long. So this past week has been pretty interesting. First thing that happened was I did get my first rejection letter for a query I sent out at the end of last month, but I wasn't as heartbroken as I feel like I would have been if I didn't get the request for the full at the end of last month. I mean, obviously, I know that rejection comes with the territory, but rejection still hurts. I wasn't as sad as I was when I got the rejection. Like, my heart still sped up because I saw it and then I read it and then I was disappointed. However, I'm moving forward. Like, there's nothing else to do but to look ahead. Coming off of that, it is Camp NaNoWriMo, and I did decide to just do some planning and outlining and brainstorming this month. A couple nights ago, or last night, no, 2 nights ago, I had one of those dream ideas, which are very rare when I was specifically talking about my brainstorming process last month. It's very rare for me to have a dream and have an idea at the same time, and fortunately that's what I had, and it was one of those dreams where you're still conscious. So I wasn't really my subconscious wasn't making stuff up. I was actively taking a part in it. I really like this idea. It's a complete 180 from anything I have done before. I don't want to say too much since I'm still trying to figure things out, but I would classify it as a YA political-esque thriller, and I'm really excited for it. I've already started doing a ton of research because the thing that I feel like I can get away with in science fiction or in fantasy is that you can make a lot of things up, but when you're writing about something that's real, like I will be with this story, you have to be correct because people can get really critical if you do things wrong. So that's what I've been doing a lot of research so far, printing some things out. It may be for a little insight, I have been printing things out on US ambassadors and on Secret Service agents. I do have a Pinterest already for this project, a Pinterest board. Link it down below. Definitely suggest you guys check that out if you're interested in one of I'm kind of thinking for this story. Outline this by the end of the month and start writing it, because I want my process for writing my next book, which sounds weird, to be a lot faster than when I wrote my first book, because that took a really long time. I started it in November of 2014, finished it in April 2015, and here we are, April 2016. I completed it, all the edits. So I want to be a lot quicker than that. I feel like the month completely got away from me. Like, it's already April 20th. Like, what? How? I don't know. I still have been doing a lot of writing, mostly prepping. I did get another email. That was another rejection. I'm part of the website Curie Tracker, which is like a way to like track agents. I don't post or anything on there. I just kind of stalk different message boards and stuff. And someone mentioned how another agent that I had curied had already gone through all of the ones in March. So if you didn't get a response, you take that as a rejection, which is common to have agents set up. There are things like that. Apparently she tweeted it, but I don't follow any agent on Twitter, so I wasn't aware of that. So I guess technically I got 3 rejections. So to kind of break it all down, out of the 6 I curied, 3 were a rejection, 2 are still out, and it hasn't been the 8-week grace period. So I could still get an email saying something, either a rejection or a request for something, and if I don't within 8 weeks, then I would take that as a rejection. And I have still 1 full out. What I have learned so far from the 6 I have sent out is not a lot. As I said in my last vlog, my goal kind of was to kind of feel it out and see what was working with my Curie, what was not working, so that when I send out another batch of 5 or 6, I will have been able to tweak my letter. So what I've learned so far is really nothing, and that's confusing. For 3 agents, something didn't work, whether it was the interest or something, but for 1 agent so far, I seem to have convinced them that I have something good on my hands. And from all of the research I have done for this process, it really only takes 1 agent to like your work. So it's difficult because it clearly worked for someone, but not another person. So in conclusion, I have sent out another 3. And if I get 3 more rejections, which of course is what I'm expecting, then I can possibly start tweaking my letter. But God, it's still so hard because it worked for someone and someone liked it. Oh, it's just so, It's really nice out, so I decided to sit out here on my porch and I'm going to get some writing done. I'm going to possibly send out a couple more curies and gonna read. Also brought a book out here because I don't want to go back inside to get all these things. Now, I would have said this exciting news on Friday when it happened, but I was really busy on Friday night. I went out with some of my friends, and what happened was, on my last update, I did say, I think I said I sent out 3 more curies, right? And if I didn't, I did. On Friday, I got an email from one of the agents that I curied wanting to see a partial, which was the first 50 pages of my manuscript. So that lifted my spirits a lot, because I know in my last update I was struggling with how did I know if my letter was working or not, because I did get some rejects, but I also got a request for a full, so it's kind of hard. And even though this is only my 2nd request for additional material, I feel like now I can confidently say that my letter is solid, and it just comes down to agent interest in the subject matter. Especially because this agent that I just curied only wanted the query letter. They didn't want any 10 pages of the manuscript or anything. So this was solely based on liking the query letter, which boosted my confidence, to say the least. I'm a little scared right now And I've been struggling with this fear all month, and I haven't really talked about it until now. As you guys know, I have been planning a new book, and I've been doing a lot of research into it, and I keep saying I'm going to start it, but I don't. And I'm sitting here right now, and I want to start it, and I haven't yet. And I think it's because I'm scared to start something new right now, and I don't know why I have this fear, but every time I want to start it, I decide to do some more research instead. I do want to say why I'm scared to start a new project, but I don't know why I am, because it sounds ridiculous. Even as I'm saying it out loud, why am I afraid to start something new? So today is the last entry in April's writing vlog. I just kind of wanted to wrap up some things and kind of go over the month with you guys. One of the things I did this past week, and I haven't mentioned it yet, was that I joined a critique group. I found a really great critique partner. I'm really enjoying her story that she's giving me, and she's really enjoying mine, so that's really good, but we're also giving each other really great feedback, which is always a plus. I think it's really important to have non-family and non-friends look at your work. I really wanted to find someone that didn't know me so that I knew that they'd be honest with me, and that's what I found, so I'm happy. So to break it down, I do still have one full and one partial out for agents, and as exciting as that is, it's also very, very nerve-wracking, and I'm not expecting anything from it, but I still consider it a huge accomplishment that the first novel I wrote has some interest in other people think so. So yes, it is a slow process, and that's what I kind of knew going into it, but wow, it's very slow, and it doesn't seem like anything's happening, but in the grand scheme of things, there are things happening. It's just you can't see it from day to day. But I think that's all I really want to say in this vlog. Very, very happy and satisfied with everything that's happened this month. Am I allowed to include this into my March wrap-up? I'm kidding. That's like saying that I'm like my own favorite author. I'm not that conceited. Okay, so this is, I think, might be my last entry for March. As I said earlier this month, I